What's going on, everybody? Just thought I'd pop back in and do another video for you guys. Uh, this one I was kind of thinking about today. This one isn't going to follow under like any, technical patterns or anything like that. This is just going to be more of like a lifestyle, type of video. And I know a lot of you, before you click off, just hear me out because this video doesn't seem as important now, or this topic, but I promise you it will when you have achieved, what you are looking for achieving. So I guess what I basically want to get it down to is, what are you going to do when and if the short squeeze happens? Does any of you have like a plan for that? Let's take a moment to think about that. My guess is, being conservative, I would say about 50 to 60% of you guys don't have a plan after the squeeze. And I'll be honest, I had to take some time to kind of kind of refresh my mind and think about other things, because a lot of videos out there, some of them are really good. Don't get me wrong, like Ants Trades, really good on his little 3-year cycle. On the pattern on the chart, and there's some other people that have some good videos out there, but a lot of it is so zoned in on when is the squeeze going to happen, what's going on with the vote. I feel like, in my opinion, what's going to happen is what's going to happen. My biggest thing is, nobody's going to be prepared for what's going to happen. I mean, say the squeeze starts coming off. I've made some videos, how to make your sell orders and stuff. It's not financial advice, but I mean, it's a good example to kind of show you, how to handle that. Some ways, you can kind of tailor it to your own. But what are you thinking about after the squeeze? That's what I really want to talk to you guys about. A lot of people are going to think about, what cars am I going to buy? What house am I going to buy? Where are we going to travel to? Who do I need to take care of? Some of those are more important than others. We all need a home to stay in. We all need a car to drive. We all have people we need to take care of. We all need to take care of ourselves as well. However, if you were to ask your future self what you do for yourself right now, and if you were to look at your price that you could sell for on during the moass, what price do you think seems like it would change your life for the better, and it would completely take care of everything you needed to do for the rest of your life as far as basic needs go, like food, paying, your lights, your heat, your air, food. If I said that one, I don't know. Obviously a roof over your head, your kids, you have kids, basic transportation. A car is still considered a luxury in the court of law, so don't even tell me, you gotta have the nicest car. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of us want to own the nicest stuff. We have a lot of people saying, 4 to 5 figures is really possible, and I believe them. Am I waiting till then? No. To sell all my shares? No. I'm gonna start selling earlier. That's just me. Will I hold on to those numbers if it makes it there? Yeah, for sure. Um, but that's a different topic, slightly. So I guess I basically just want to try to get you guys to understand, when you're looking at that price and you have these numbers in your head, um, write it down on paper what numbers you have in your head, and do something else as well. When you look at something for passive income, which I can't suggest to you guys because I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm very well looking at it myself just because it helps preserve my capital. Um, Figure out those numbers. Figure out with somebody that's educated enough in their field, whether it's the stock market or real estate and passive income, what numbers would it take times your shares after minus taxes, and then put into whatever portfolio you want, whatever blend you want, and calculate how much dividend or passive cash flow from like rentals or something like that. Figure out what it would take minus expenses to support the lifestyle that you need. Write down one column, and then another column what you want, and then figure out your numbers through there. So, like for instance, I'm gonna do this off the top of my head. Say you have 1,000 shares, and you multiply it by 100. Say that's what 100,000. If you're in a taxable brokerage account, that'd be what 63,000. And you take that 63,000 in a dividend portfolio, and say you find a stock that yields 10%. So that's going to yield you about $6,300 a year. So while it doesn't sound like a lot, if you're still working, that makes a big difference in whether a lot of people will get their rent paid, or their kids get to go to the school they like, or would like to eat something better than ramen noodles tonight. And, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. It's just I've been there myself. It sucks, chicken flavored ramen noodles, versus steak dinner at Applebee's sounds a whole lot different, and it makes the night a lot better, when you get to go out and have a good, nice meal with your family, and it just relieves a lot of stress, having a full stomach. No joke, but yeah, I'll do some other videos that'll kind of get more into that to try to help you guys see what that would look like. I've done a lot of the figures on my numbers. For some reason, just me, I really like this number in the four-figure range. I think it's going to be my average. I am going to start selling once this thing does start ripping. I've got a certain amount of shares I'm going to sell every few $100s. This is just me. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I like to suggest that you guys have a plan in place, because, like Answer Trade said, when this thing rips, I don't think anybody's going to be prepared for it. And you better have your ass covered. You better have all your bases covered, because, there's a lot of things that could happen. And yeah, a lot of you could be saying, oh, well, it's just going to rip up to these high numbers, so I'm not going to sell till this number anyways. That might be great, but what if something crazy goes on and they do a blackout or something? Just making something up, but we've never seen anything like this before. And if you want to prepare for something that you've never seen before, you're going to have to be prepared like nobody's ever prepared before. So take that, process that, do some soul searching. I highly suggest that you guys sit down with your family that is supportive in this movement. If they don't, and they're highly against people who are wealthy, and they see them as an evil or something like that, I'd probably just kind of keep it to myself and write out my own plan, and speak to very few individuals that are really important to you, and find out what you guys need in your life. Write down where you want to be, what debt you have. Think about what you need to pay off. I need to get my credit score up, so something I won't be doing is paying off my debt. And I'm actually not going to pay off a home in full. I'm actually going to get a 30-year mortgage myself. And that way I can actually boost my score, and have more of my winnings from the squeeze to invest in passive income, so I have that much more money coming in, and my payments on my bills are on autopilot. I'm going to have a nice diversified portfolio and dividends ranging anywhere from about 2.5% all the way up to about 13-14% in some covered call ETFs. And I'm going to have some, what do I call them? They're REITs, and they yield pretty high. They're going to be in the middle. And I'm going to have a big old blend of them to kind of cover my butt, because I need to really cover myself, because if I want that to be my total income, I want to be as protected as possible with that. So before I go, I want to talk about some stuff. So what's going to be the reality of your life after the squeeze? Well, for one, when people that you know and you love are going to find out how much money you have, there's going to be a couple of things that are going to go on. Usually at the end of the day, they're all going to come to not like you very well. And you're going to see why growing up, just why wealthy people are not very liked, generally speaking. And some of the things I can see in that is, you find out that money does go a lot faster than you think. And I can tell you one time, I had $10,000 in the bank, and I had left my job, and I was thinking that was going to be great for a while. Then my car needed some issues attended to, and I drive a 2000 Honda Civic, just to paint you a picture. The engine blew on it, head gasket blew on it. Needed a lot of work. Had to pay $1,000 for an engine, another $1,500 for the part for the labor, and getting everything converted over, because it wasn't an exact fit. So $3,500 went out the window real quick right there, and I was up without a car for almost a month. So that means I had to either walk, ride a bike, or take a bus. And I did DoorDash because I thought that was hot shit. Turned out that didn't do very well. So rent was very expensive, and utilities and food. And you'll find out when you don't have a consistent income coming in that $10,000 or whatever amount of money you have in there doesn't really last very long. So what am I getting at? Let's say you win $5 million from the short squeeze. I'm saying win like it's a lottery, but it's the same principle, guys. Let's say in 5 years you spend $1 million a year, $250,000 each quarter. So it would equate to about it'd be $75,000 every month or somewhere around there. that money can go a lot faster than you think. You might not think about spending that much money in a month, but I'm telling you, man, you could spend, if you go to Vegas, you could spend, I think, probably 10 grand in a night on a hotel. I mean, if you want to, if you've never lived a certain life and you've never had a certain amount of money, and another thing is if you never had to bump and grind to get that money, like say from like running a business and you win it from like either the lottery or something like we're about to have like in a short squeeze, I'm telling you, it's going to be easy come, easy go. So I'm kind of like your guy. I'm kind of like playing dad mode here. Please, if you take any advice, and this is not financial advice, this is just life advice. Please sit down and think about what you want to do with that money. How do you want to manage it? Because if you can't manage a small portfolio, you're not going to be able to manage a bigger one. So if you have two, three, five, 10, $20 million, however much, I mean, some people have a ton of shares. Some people might have cojones of steel and say, I'm not selling anything until 50,000 a share. Well, let me give you some reality here. As soon as you start seeing that go into triple digits, after we've been seeing that go into single digits for so long, everybody's heart's going to be pumping, and there's going to be a lot of people selling shares. And I'm telling you, just watch, because there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to want to ride through this shit again, and I don't fucking blame them. And they might sell all their shares, I might sell some of their shares, but at the end of the day, I want you guys to all have a plan. Please let me help you. Please don't hold me accountable if and try to make it out to tell you what I think you should do. Specifically, um, I just want you guys to not end up looking like a fool in front of people, especially when they find out that you are wealthy, because people are going to find out, and they're not going to find out exactly how much money you have, but when they see you rolling around in, a brand new Porsche, or you got a Lambo, whatever, and people are going to start asking some questions, and they're going to find out. Um, and you're going to have a very good, big reputation. And if you don't check on this, that reputation may be may not be a very good one, and it may be very short lived. That time that you have to kind of flaunt all that money and stuff. So I highly suggest that you remain humble. Um, very, very good words of wisdom. Work on yourself. And what do I mean by that? So, um, make sure you exercise, eat good. Um, I'm going to tell you what, get you a good bed. That's my financial advice to you. Get a great bed. You will sleep better, and you don't have to pay a lot for it, but it will improve your thought process, your overall quality of life, your energy, your mood, all of that stuff. Um, Big difference. Very good money, well spent. I want you guys to find your passions as well. So, since a lot of you guys aren't going to want to work, and let's say you got something in place where you're getting passive income, whatever it is, I don't care, as long as it's solid, it's stable, it's going to protect you from going back to these fucking employers who don't give a shit about their employees. And I apologize, I have a really disdain for the workforce because of some of the integrity issues and the nobility issues, inside the workplace, but that's a different story. Um, I want you guys to live a very prosperous life. Spend time with your family and go travel around and take a deep breath. Enjoy time while we're here. Not working 40 to 60 hours a week just to freaking make ends meet. You know, I I just I just think it'd be foolish to come into a lot of money and then have to come right back to it. That's like the worst. That seems like the worst fucking feeling I could ever imagine. Is having to go back to the paycheck to paycheck grind where you're basically barely making enough money just to get by, and that's with other people living with you. And if you have kids, I'm just gonna tell you guys, man, I don't know how the hell you guys do it, but I really do applaud you guys. That's fucking hard. That's a whole nother mouth to feed and educate, and they can't even do anything for themselves until they're at least 14 or 15 as far as earning money. Most of the time 16, 17, 18, if they even do want to work. So uh, another thing, before I go, uh, that I don't think people are going to understand this until it's over, but we're given a great opportunity to change our lives for the better that a lot of people will never have. 99 point whatever percent of people will not have this for a number of reasons. One, um, they're going to be stuck in this whirlwind of the rat race. They think the only way to get ahead is to get the job or to get the promotion or to get just a little more education, and then they're still playing the wrong game. They're fucking playing the wrong game, and we're sitting here right before us is one of the greatest opportunities ever. I just don't want to see you guys fuck it up. Okay? So please, sit down. If you got to the end of this, please consider liking and subscribing. Throw down your comments. What plans do you guys have? Do you guys have questions on how to do a dividend portfolio? I can show you what different dividend stocks do when they get paid. If you go through dividend stocks, they all pay different dates. So if you diversified enough and you got enough money in there, you can get paid freaking several times a month. I mean, it's not like you just get this quarterly payment like a lot of them do. And even if you go with a bunch of quarterly dividend paying stocks, you can have it set up to where you get paid at least once a month, if not twice a month, depending on what ones you have. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. And your taxes, it's not shit. It's not earned income. Um, I think it only goes up to like 15 or 20%, maybe 25. But that's only if you're like earning like 6 figures a year. And can you imagine 6 figures a year coming in and you're sitting at home in your garage and you're washing your car and you're watching your kids play? You're there with them and you're earning a salary that would, you know, a computer programmer makes, and they sit there and they're stressing their ass off. Meanwhile, you're waxing whatever car you have and you're thinking about taking them out to a nice place to eat just because you want to. Sounds like a good deal to me. But this video is entirely too long. Thank you if you stuck with me to the end. Um, please don't skip me in this video. If you came to the end, please go back. I'd try to make this as informative as possible. I wish you guys the best. If you don't follow Ant's Trades, I highly suggest you do. He seems like he really knows his shit. A couple other guys I know. Most people, if you see me, you probably know AMC Biggums. Um, I haven't seen so much from CSI lately. I think he's doing some other stuff, but I like his content. And Scavenger, shout out to you. I like it. I like your style a lot. So with that, I'll leave you guys go. Take care of yourself and take a deep breath. All right. Peace.